I hope that Donald Trump doesn't get deathly ill or die of COVID-19, not only because he's a human being. I just don't want him to suffer and die, despite how much I might not like certain things he did, or despite how much you might not like him. And also because it would cause havoc in America and possibly in the rest of the world. Him dying of COVID-19 would cause way more havoc than him winning the election and being our president for the next 4 years. Trust me. If you don't believe me, you are wrong and I am right. And that would be very, very, very bad for our country. They're already freaking out about it all across America and around the world. So apparently tonight's breaking news is that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his wife, Melania Trump, just tested positive for COVID-19. The world apparently found out about this when Donald Trump announced it on Twitter at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. When I first heard about this, my first reaction was to laugh. Not because I hate Trump so much that I think it is funny that he has COVID-19, but because of the sheer irony of the situation. I honestly had assumed that he had either taken an experimental vaccine or was taking hydroxychloroquine or something that was going to prevent him from becoming infected, because of how many people he has come into close contact with without wearing masks, especially recently in the last few days while he was apparently infected and possibly infectious. So in several of my videos, I've said that the more people that become infected with COVID-19 at Donald Trump rallies, the less likely it will be that he becomes reelected. Well, if Donald Trump gets deathly ill from COVID-19 right before the election, that's going to make it less likely that he's going to get reelected. What would make it even less likely would be if he died from it. And how would our country or the rest of the world react if one of the two of the presidential candidates running for the election, the one that was likely to get at least 50% of the votes and possibly win, died of COVID-19 or was on his deathbed, on the day of the election? That would be really terrible. And people might think that I despise Donald Trump, but I really don't despise him as much as you people think I do. I don't despise him as a person very much at all, and I kind of despise him as a president, but he hasn't been, in my opinion, although some people might disagree with me, as bad as I thought he was going to be. But the reason for that is that when he was starting to do a lot of really bad things, COVID-19 happened, and he's had to deal with that instead of doing the bad things that he possibly would have done if COVID-19 hadn't happened. And although he definitely hasn't handled the whole COVID-19 situation correctly, it may have prevented him from doing those horrible bad things that made me kind of despise him, when he was running for president 4 years ago. So I really don't want our president, even a president that I don't really like, to die of COVID-19, and I especially don't want a president that I don't really like to die of COVID-19 just before the election when he's running against a candidate that's a vice president that I also don't really like. Like, I despise Joe Biden, and I think that a lot of other people do as well, including a lot of Democrats. And I think that if the Democratic Party wanted to pick a candidate that had a chance of winning against Donald Trump, they should have picked, like, anyone but Joe Biden. In my opinion, it's a possibility that they may have purposely picked the worst candidate they possibly could have picked to ensure that the Democratic candidate wouldn't win and Donald Trump would. But what would happen if one of the two major candidates died? Would Joe Biden just automatically become our president? Would the Republican Party have to, like, manifest another candidate magically at the last minute? Would Mike Pence become the president instead of Donald Trump? What would happen? And would people in America be okay with it? Like, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, would you be okay if you voted for Donald Trump and he died like 2 days after he won the election, then Mike Pence became our president? That's the sound of one of my cats knocking over the litter box. Several of my cats are inside right now because one of them, Roundabout, just had her first litter of kittens, only 2, at the age of like 6 years old. And another one of them was wheezing due to the smoke from wildfires in like counties surrounding Humboldt County, California, that are like wafting into our area and severely smoking us out. Like, my boyfriend is working at his second temporary job that he has had in the last like 9 or 10 months since the start of the COVID-19 outbreak. And I have been at home with my children, basically stuck inside the house because we can't go outside in my yard or go anywhere outside or anywhere where we can hang out inside because of the wildfire smoke and the COVID-19 outbreak. So I guess while we're stuck up in here, a few of my other cats are stuck up in here with us too. I brought in Kitta, my oldest cat. She's like 20 years old, and she was like wheezing in my yard due to the smoke in the yard. And she's also been losing weight, so I brought her in to give her cans of Fancy Feast. Oh God, you wheezed when I held you like that. To help her gain weight, and also some flea medicine and dewormer and some loving. She may be temporarily my new lap cat while I'm recording my videos, because when I sit down, she runs and jumps on my lap, leaving Wombat like perplexed and irritated, because Wombat normally sits like right here and jumps on my lap. Wombat is not allowed outside anymore. Hi, Wombat, you can sit on my lap with Kitta, because she disappeared for 2 days. And 2 of her kittens disappeared and didn't come back. So I was afraid she would disappear and didn't come back. And by the way, they were 2 of my cats that looked just like her, leaving me like at this point, like almost 100% sure that somebody is stealing my Bengal cats that I'm trying to breed. And also stealing Bengal cats from other people in my neighborhood. This has been an issue for years in my neighborhood, that cats, especially ones that have spots like Wombat or stripes like Autocar right here, who's not supposed to be stepping on my computer, or several of my other cats that look like him, just like vanish out of my neighborhood. And they're never found. They're never found at an animal shelter or posted as found on Craigslist. Kitta was found by the animal shelter. Like, somebody brought Kitta to the animal shelter when they found her a few blocks away, like 10 years ago. It also happened to Angel. It's happened to a few of my cats that just looked like normal cats. Just a black cat or a gray cat. But when a beautiful cat goes missing, it just vanishes. Most of the time. Occasionally they come back. Sometimes months later. Come back to my lap. Anyway, sorry for going off on a tangent about my cats. I am now going to end this video. I hope that Donald Trump doesn't get deathly ill or die of COVID-19, not only because he's a human being. I just don't want him to suffer and die, despite how much I might not like certain things he did, or despite how much you might not like him. And also because it would, like, cause havoc in America and possibly in the rest of the world. Like, him dying of COVID-19 would cause, like, way more havoc than him winning the election and being our president for the next 4 years. Trust me. If you don't believe me, you are wrong and I am right. And that would be very, very, very bad for our country. They're already freaking out about it all across America and around the world. One of the reporters on one of the news reports that I tried to watch with Eugene when this news broke late at night, that went well because it was like almost midnight and he's 6.
This is my cat on my side. And you got no cat. But that cat.
Now I have a cat. She's on my side now.
Now he's on my side.
This breaking news that is out. Johnson Tucci, thank you so much again. President Trump has tested positive for COVID-19.
Said that they were probably not going to sleep tonight. Like, the reporter said that. The reporter said they were not going to sleep tonight. He was that freaked out that Donald Trump had COVID-19, and I'm pretty sure he was like a left-wing kind of Democrat kind of reporter, not even a Donald Trump supporter. The reporters from, like, Fox News who were Donald Trump supporters were, like, freaking out way more. Trust me, people. Donald Trump dying of COVID-19 would be, like, the worst thing that could happen for our country. You better pray that he doesn't die and wins the election, because that would be better for our country than him dying. Trust me. I am now going to end this video because it's like almost 1 a.m. by now. And the cat is, like, attached to my leg with her claws, like, cuddling me because she loves me and she's happy to be inside. Please like this video, share this video, watch my other videos, and subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to help me to make more videos, you can. You can help me by donating money to me on Patreon or other sites, or buying things for me or my family or my pets off of Amazon or other sites. Apparently, Irocar does not want to sit next to Kita. Thanks for watching. Good night or good morning, in case you're watching this in the morning. Bye, people.